Please ask a short question.
How to overcome lust.
Great, thank you very much. Lust is overcome through healing practice, asceticism, and not necessarily in relation to the object. For instance, you have a bad habit, you drink. You don't need to quit drinking. You need to perform healing practices based on what you can do. Tell yourself that I will wake up half an hour earlier and just pray a little. If you do this consistently, you are already a little closer to victory. Next, take on another vow that you can fulfill. Don't try to quit drinking, don't even think about it. Alcohol's not just a bottle, it's a merry spirit. It's a force that makes a person live under its supervision. When a person drinks, they exchange happiness for freedom. When a person drinks, they get happiness. And what do they lose? Freedom, they cease to be free. What is slavery? When a person drinks, whose slave are they? They are the slave of the merry spirit, they are the slave of the bottle. You know that a person who drinks loses the ability to be happy without alcohol. The longer they drink, the less chance they have of just feeling happy if they don't drink. The addiction gradually increases, and the way out is this. Don't think about quitting, because whether it's positive thoughts about the bottle or negative ones, they bind you to the bottle. Do you understand the system? The first thing a person who wants to quit drinking should understand is that I'm not quitting, I'm still drinking. Everything's normal, but I'm starting to change my life. The first thing I do, I begin to practice asceticism. The best one is prayer. I get up earlier and pray every day for at least 15 minutes, at least 5 minutes. A person should make such a vow and keep it with all their strength, since it has nothing to do with the bottle directly. There are no problems. We get up, pray for 5 minutes, and that's it. The bottle moves away. The next asceticism practice is going to bed early. The next practice, doing exercises every day, and so on. A person gradually introduces certain things into their life that they do, and then at some point just quits doing it, and they don't have any problems at all. When their inner strength of asceticism becomes stronger than the spirit falls away on its own. I know another way to quit drinking without any tension. Listen carefully to lectures on how to live properly and listen to spiritual music. There will come a time when you will simply forget that you need to drink. Knowledge will just force degradation out of your heart, that's all. Raise your hand if it has happened in your life that you have forgotten that you need to drink and just don't crave it anymore. Please look around the hall. And who had such a thing with smoking? Raise your hand. You see, it's all very simple. Knowledge defeats degradation. There is a Vedic prayer that gives knowledge about what conquers and how. I'm reading a prayer to shift your attention a little. Om Asato Masad Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya, Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya, Om Shanti 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 Om. Om means victory. Victory comes. Asato Masad Gamaya. Sad means eternity. If a person feels that they are living a useless life, if they feel that their life is passing in vain, there is no happiness in it, they come home and flip through TV channels to somehow distract themselves. They need to go somewhere to entertain themselves. Their life is boring, miserable, and dull. This is overcome through faith. Sad means approaching eternity. When a person approaches God, boredom disappears in the heart is filled with joy. As the woman said, happiness is infinite, and it never ends in life. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Tamasoma means darkness. A person doesn't know anything. They live like a pig, pardon the expression. They have no rules in life, no principles, no conscience. They don't know what to eat and what not to eat. They don't know what honest family relationships are. They don't know how to live properly. They don't know anything about life at all. Jyotir means light. Light and knowledge are translated from Sanskrit in the same way, by the same word. Know that knowledge enlightens a person. They become more sober, they look at the world differently, they look at life and think, my God, why didn't I notice this before? They look at people differently. They see everything through different eyes, the eyes of knowledge, which give a person many opportunities in life. The world opens up in a different way for a person who possesses knowledge. If you live in darkness, and darkness means quarreling, continuous suffering, no happiness, no glimpses of light in life, then you lack knowledge. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Mrityor means death. If death has come to your home or into your life, if you are on the verge of death, if someone close to you has passed away, know that you only lack taste. Amritam means taste. It's not just a taste. This is the taste of love for God. You don't have the taste of love and the taste of holiness. You don't know what the purity of prayer is. You don't know what this feeling of bliss is when you overcome fate through prayer. You don't know what spiritual bliss is. If you learn about this, the fear of death and death itself retreats from a person. There is no death, you say, my loved one has died. If you feel this bliss of prayer, you will not feel that they have died. They will come into your life as if they were alive. You will feel an eternal connection with this person, and the person themselves, when they are in the bliss of prayer, do not feel death, and death cannot touch them. Death is just the fear that you are losing something that you can never lose. Let me give you one example. One of my acquaintances had a very dignified husband who lived in a holy place. I treated this person. It was impossible to cure him. He was suffering from terminal cancer. She just asked for help, and I helped. At one point, when he was about to leave this life, he asked his wife, "Do you hear the phone ringing? Please give me the phone." She says it's not ringing. Some would say that these are deathbed hallucinations. Now you will hear what kind of hallucination it was. When hallucinating, people are not told the truth. She gave him the phone anyway, he insisted, and he says on the phone, "Yes, my teacher, the teacher passed away a long time ago." He says, "I understand everything." And when he put down the phone, she asked who had called. He says, "My spiritual teacher called me." She says, "He has already passed away." "I don't know, I heard his voice." He said, "Get ready, you will return to me very soon." You shouldn't think about anything now, just pray. You don't need to eat anything, just pray, and that's all. The time has come. Those were his words. The next day he spent the whole night in prayer, and then another day. When it was already morning, the sun rose. He called his wife and said to her, "Look at how beautiful everything is around us." He began to see the spiritual reality. She says, "Everything is as usual." He asks, "Are you serious?" His eyes were just shining. She says there was a glow coming from his eyes. He says, "Look out the window, what a beauty." She opens the window, looks, and says that everything is as usual. And when she said that, she saw in front of her a person whose eyes were open with such happiness and joy. And at that time he had already passed away. Do you think he experienced death or not? For such people, death doesn't exist. Try to understand this. What is human life for? For the sake of an apartment, a car, or for this? And then your life will be filled with happiness. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a car or an apartment. Let everything be as it is, but just find some time in your life to do what's most important. And the most important thing is what people said. My heart has opened up. I feel good and calm inside. I feel victory. This is just the beginning. They don't know what's going to happen next. And there will be a lot of interesting things ahead. If they continue to do the same thing, then there will be a lot of interesting things to share in life. But the lecture is already ending. My dear ones, this lecture is ending. There are only 15 minutes left. And I hope you didn't waste your time. This topic of overcoming stress has been presented by me many times and always in different ways. You can listen to more of these lectures and learn more about it. You can find lectures for free online. Just type Torsunov lectures and you'll get thousands of free download options. Download them and listen to them. There are many lectures on YouTube, on our website. Keep listening. When I started working on self-awareness more than 20 years ago, I spent my days listening to lectures and going to bed with them. I hope the same thing happens to you. Raise your hand. Who is experiencing the same thing? It means that everything is fine in your life, and if someone tells you otherwise, don't listen to them. Keep living the same way. Fill yourself up. Now I'm going to tell you about 3 stages of victory over fate in connection with gaining knowledge. The first stage is called filling. A person is like a flower. The flower needs water. He listens, and through the years he fills up. This is the first stage. The second stage is changes. He begins to see how everything is changing in his life. Thanks to this listening, everything unnecessary falls away. Everything necessary turns out. There is also a third stage. This desire is no longer just to listen. It remains, but a person begins to pray, begins his inner life. They begin to produce the energy of overcoming fate. This is the third stage. Introduce this third stage into your life earlier. Just do it out of a sense of duty. The time will come when you will be able to fully experience happiness in prayer. Now we will do something simpler. Just in the radio room, they can turn up the voice that sings all the time. Now I'm going to tell you about the voice of an exalted person. We will conduct a small analysis. This voice penetrates into the heart. It is very soft by nature, soulful. This voice is kind by nature, and it sounds like crying. When a person thinks about God very intensely, their heart is filled with separation. They feel separation from God, and his voice sounds like crying. Since there is a lot of happiness and separation, this voice also has tremendous power, filling the heart with happiness. Despite the fact that he's crying, everyone else is happy. This voice sings only about God, it never sings about itself. Now I have the courage to wish happiness to everyone together with this person, although it's not my spiritual tradition. Again, this is parallel nearby, also Vedic. This is a unique individual. He still lives in India, and he doesn't give lectures. He explains, but in the song he's singing right now, and at the same time he's talking about God, about spiritual life. People are in an extraordinary state. I saw these videos. His name is Vinod Agarwal. Find the recordings, watch the videos, and you'll see something amazing. The person cries when he sings. All the people around are crying too. They are extremely happy. Let's tune into the voice. Let's listen to the voice. Repeat, I wish happiness to everyone. And bow to something holy in your faith, in your spiritual culture. Remember about holiness. You can remember your mentor, but we're doing all this in the same mood, in the mood of this person right now. It doesn't contradict your spiritual culture, does it? The mood can be the same for everyone, like on the same wavelength. Bow to something holy in your tradition, in your faith. If you don't have faith, then just wish everyone happiness. Listen to the voice. But if you really want to help someone now, like you did yesterday, then you will succeed. If you want to help someone a lot, it will be great. You don't need to wish for me. I'm asking you to think of someone who needs help. I don't need it right now. If I need it, I'll tell you about it. Everyone sit up straight. Thank you all very much. I wish you all happiness, love, health, good fortune, and all the brightest things in your life. I am very grateful to you for being with me all this time. Thank you very much. To learn more on the subject of health and healing of the body, please make sure to read my health guide, available for download on my YouTube channel or on my Instagram page. Thank you very much, and see you soon.